Alright guys, welcome back. So we're back at it again, and we're gonna try to see how... So we win at RPS, which is always nice. We always like to win a die roll. So I go first, and this hand isn't too great. Like, I open up two one-offs. I mean, this would be amazing if I open up combo, whereas this particular hand just isn't the greatest. So I'm forced to just summon, search, and hopefully just have these two interactions be sufficient enough to get me by another turn, which is not bad. Like, against, like... And before that, I was like, okay, if I'm playing against Star Brigade, if he goes Fractal, I can get a Fractal, then get the Kit, negate the Nerval, and then imperm the Summon. So like that, it has some viability against Drytron. Hitting a particular Drytron would be amazing as well. Hitting the Bentan, but no, it's Zoo, and he just goes straight up into freaking Borbo, and I'm like, okay, I think I just lose. And then I imperm and he says, okay, I would expect him to just go chain and just nuke the field, but he just doesn't chain it. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. So then I go, and I'm just gonna force things here. And right here, I use, I put it in the same club, which is something you don't do. You want to ensure that you don't, you gotta consider imperm, because he could have just negated it with imperm. But he didn't, so okay, fair enough. And then end phase, he nukes my board. And then he goes and attacks for 3k, 3-4. And then like he's gonna have another Zeus on the field, and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Because I have combo now, because the tactics could potentially do something, but I'm still like, as of right now, I'm like, okay, he's playing Zoo, pure Zoo, and just basically Zeus Turbo with like a bunch of hand traps. So those three cards in hand might be more hand traps, or might be another Zoo. So I'm like, let's just see where this goes. At this point, I'm just trying to base just interactions. The chalice was unexpected chalice. So then I go for this play, and I would have gotten into a Chaos Ruler, so it's a good thing that he just shotgunned it right here. Because then if I go Chaos Ruler, get something out of it, at least I don't minus, you know. And I'm still at 42, so now I know that he needs to have another monster to kill me. So then once he nukes, I go talent and I rip his hand, because I was like, if he has another monster, I lose, and I'm banking. So like, if he has like an abundance of hand traps, then that means he can't like summon one and attack me. That means it'll buy me one more turn. So then he doesn't have a Zeus play. So he did have, I hit the Whiptail, and that would have been game, exactly game. And I made the right call, because if I would have gone for draw 2, I couldn't have really done anything past that. I mean, I could have gone for a like possibly ripped a Dawnwalker. Maybe ripped. If I was really lucky, I would have ripped overtaken a double. That would be amazing. But like, yeah, I chose to just in case. So then he kaijus himself, and I'm like, why the heck would you kaiji? I want you to slumber yourself. And then he goes attacks. I'm like, okay, it's fair. Okay, that's fine. And then I see why he did it. Because so you can lock me in the mind and just stall for turn. But I draw Droplet, so I can shut down a Droplet at any given moment, pretty much. The moment he hits summon something, I can lock him in, trap him into his own Mystic Mind, which is insane. So then I go, he summons his Kaiju, just passes. I draw Twin, and I'm like, oh, I can out it. So I just need to make sure that I want to get to a point where this cannot get ashed. That's what I want to get to. Because I could easily just go this, like I can go Twin, right? Well, not Twin, but like a new woman card. But like typically, I'm waiting to the point where this cannot be ashed and lock him in under the Mystic Mind, so I can just go, okay, combo off, and then after everything's resolved, then I'll just Twister it and then go for the game. See, that's why I'm not using anything right now. So I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for him to commit, and that's the line of play. Okay, there it is. He committed. So now. This is where the Droplet shines, and then it lets me save the Twisters. Because I'm assuming that he thinks that I don't have an out for Mystic Mind in the main deck. But little does he know, I do. So then I Droplet it, and then he can attack. And then this is where I said, this is exactly what I plan to do. To ensure that this doesn't get ashed. And, yeah. Save on Armor Summon. Reveal. Summon effect. Save the Doppel in case he does have Nibiru, right? And then this is right here where you can Nibiru if you wanted to. So this is the moment of truth. Okay, if he has Nibiru, he has Nibiru. Well, what can I do? Like, if he has Nibiru, okay, fair enough. So then I go for the crystal just to get sure that I can avoid the Nibiru. And then this is where he snowballs. And I was like kind of scared because I think I just lost this game, but I ended up winning that game. I was like, what the hell? So then he makes me go first because his deck is a go second deck. Like he wants to go second, right? So my hand isn't the greatest. I mean, I know he plays a bunch of go second cards. He can just break my board easily. And I can't really set up anything with this particular hand. Like I can't. I mean, I could go like for a Dragster and set this and stop. But like, they're not really an overwhelming deck. So they can like summon a Zeus or summon a Zoo. And then if I gravity collapse that, then they just go, okay, pass. And then just hand trap me to death. And then that doesn't really accomplish anything. So then I'm just going to go ahead and pass. And then he shifters me and he goes for the Zeus play. And does the same thing I did before. And I just pass, and I go imperm, overtake, and then that's when he scoops. That's deck building right there. Like your deck does a particular thing, and that's just how it works sometimes. Look at that. If I committed anything, I would have just. If I committed anything, all the resources that I have now, I wouldn't have had, and I would have just lost it to this, and this. Like everything would have gone banished, and no way. Yeah, dude.